We're now going to talk about the CleverBoard Dual. The CleverBoard Dual comes in 4 sizes, a 50-inch, a 78-inch, an 80-inch and a 90-inch on the diagonal. The surface of the board is made of vitreous enamel. It's a metal surface. And with the backboard, the thickness of the board itself is actually 6mm in thickness. As it is a dry whiteboard surface, once again we are able to come to the board with a dry whiteboard pen, marker pen, and just write on the board surface. We can also take this, which is a permanent marker pen, and we can draw on the surface also. Now, as you'd expect, it's very easy for me to clean the surface of the board that's had the dry whiteboard pen on it. But where the permanent marker pen has been, of course, this is now on the screen. So just for speed, I can go over my permanent marker pen with my dry whiteboard pen. I can then take my water spray and I can quite simply bring my board surface back to new. The surface of the board has a lifetime guarantee, which in business terms means 25 years. The technology of the board is an infrared grid. All around the outer bezel are senders and receivers of an infrared signal. Invisible to the naked eye is now a beam of infrared grid which lies at 1mm above the surface of the board. So when I'm either pressing on the board with my finger or with the dummy pen which is supplied, this is creating the contact and therefore making the board interactive. This is the dummy pen which is supplied with the board. It comes with a soft fibre replaceable tip in the event that this is worn down over time. Once you've loaded the driver software and of course the operating software, which once again is Lynx 4, you'll notice the first thing that becomes apparent is we've got new icons. On the taskbar here we've got a little white square which actually says CleverBoard Dual in it. This is where we launch our calibration screen from. So I'm just going to go over to my PC and just launch the calibration screen if you'd like to just keep watching the projected image. So I'll hover my cursor over the Clever Touch server, do a right mouse click and go and launch my calibration screen. Now, with either my finger or the dummy pen which is supplied, I can now come to the screen and carefully and as accurately as I can press and hold until the blue cross changes to red and the position changes. And I simply chase the cross around the screen. The board is now calibrated, so I can either come now with my dummy pen and press on screen. The cursor should drop under the nib of the pen. Or similarly now, I can come to the board with my finger and same thing, the cursor drops directly under my finger. Once calibrated, the CleverBoard Dual opens in single touch mode. If you wish to switch it to dual user, you quite simply come back to your touch server icon, do a right mouse click and select multi-touch. What I'll now do is open Lynx 4. If my colleague would now like to select pen mode, we have the choice of 2 colours and 2 pen widths, and 2 people can come and work at the board simultaneously. We have another application open which is a Google Earth equivalent which is embedded in the Lynx software, and here I can either with a single touch rotate the globe, or if I expand I can minimise and maximise the size of the globe. We've now seen some of the hardware features of the CleverBoard Dual. This is where we now bring back our projected image, because we're now going to talk in more depth about the Lynx 4 software.